Alright, here we go. Best of 5 show match on the Battlegrounds 2023 map pack. Gonna be interesting. A lot of changes on some of these maps. And we'll look at the map drop first. We did things a little bit differently. As you can see, there's a lot of bands, and the final map here, which is Bog Delta, will be game number 1. So basically, with this system that we're trying right now, players will pick their home maps. Each player has 2 home maps in the best of 5. We will ban out the remainder, but the final map will be a neutral map, which will be game 1. So it'll really mix up the order. So it's going to be exciting to see how that works out, and we'll see how things progress with it. But I'm very hopeful that all will go well. And yeah, looks like we have Bog Delta. Lanes will be home map for Walter as well as Forest. Then Knight, Noble is chosen, Battlegrounds, and Mott and Bailey. So we will have pretty much predominantly all of the land maps here, which is going to be interesting to see how that one works out. The Civ draft here, no bans. It is a show match after all. No reason to punish players for potentially planned strategies. We have Walter with Mongols, Khmer, Magyars, Japanese, Lithuanians, and Ethiopians, while Knight Noble will have Gujaras, Malay, Franks, Hindustanis, Dravidians, and Bengalis. So lots of different civs here, lots of different variety. Maps are going to be interesting. We're going to dive in here. We're going to load into game number 1. Just a moment here. Let me pull that up. We'll dive into the game. Game 1 on Bog Delta. I said it was the neutral map, the final map remaining, which is going to be rather interesting. Going to be rather interesting indeed. Let's see what happens. Bog Delta, beautiful map. See if I can get everything up and rolling for casting here. Get the chat box on the screen. Got the alert box loaded up into the right position, I believe. Game 1. Being a best of 5 here, we are going to have to edit the scoreboard here. Because, yeah, I didn't do that. That is best of 5. And we're good to go. Bog Delta. One of the few maps we didn't really make any changes to. This one has been quite good. I was really hoping to see how things are going. Crazy Joe, thanks, man. Thanks for chopping in. Hope all is well. I agree. Malay for Nine Noble here in the blue. Walter Wanderley here in the yellow with Japanese. Both players picking a very interesting civ for these, both predominantly archer civilizations. Obviously, infantry works for both quite well. The map, if you haven't seen the map, beautiful Bog Delta here. We have a large portion of the map on land, the rest on water. There's not a ton of fish out here. I mean, it is a lot in value, 8,100 in total, but it's not super good fishing early on, so it will always be a question mark if players actually go for the docks. We'll find out here. It's going to be fun to watch, though. I've not seen Walter play. He's in the Discord, he signed up, and it's super awesome, and I look forward to seeing how things work out there. But, again, we'll have to wait and see how things go. Not sure what's happening with the chat box here. Seems to be cutting off a little bit. It's a little unfortunate. But you have to change some things around there. But all things considered, I think I might just hide that again. Not sure it's really all that relevant to have on screen at the moment. I'll address that before we get into any crazy games. But thanks for saying hi, Crazy Joe. Appreciate it. Or as what I expect from this show match. Obviously, if you have been around my channel at all, you've seen these maps undoubtedly before. Lots of tournaments we've hosted using them now. A lot of fun. Meta has to be figured out for a few of them yet. A few new maps to the map pool as well. Shout out to Hitch for making all these maps for us and continue to help keep them current and editing them all. Couldn't be more appreciative of that. It's like Knight is going to go out. It's like he will be placing the dock down here. He's also pushing in his deer, which is good to see. He will drop the dock here. Going to be interesting to see how the dock play works out here. Looks like Walter's come across, founded a water buffalo. No loom for Knight just yet, but this dock will be up. This villager won't be staying here for long. Well, he's gonna be putting a house down, so Pavel could die here. If Walter wants to attack that, he could definitely take this guy out. Ooh, Knight actually hit him. I think that was a mistake. Yeah, he's gonna lose this Bill. He wants to try to quick wall. He's not been able to do it. He needs to do it on the corner. Yeah, he's gonna lose that Bill. That's a little unfortunate for Knight there. He's also gonna need this house, and he has no other house building, so he will get housed here momentarily. He will have to get loomed. Looks like he is housed now. 89%. That's a lot of damage there, all things considered. So, gonna get loomed now, so he'll be okay with that. We also see loom coming in now on the other side here for Walter. Like he's milled. He's not going to go for the water play, even though he had seen the dock. And you can see there's some deep fish here, but obviously it is kind of questionable as to how worthwhile it is to go for that for fish. However, he will be able to get a population lead, will have a better economy, so a little bit risk reward. Some walling up here. 3 villagers gonna rush down a barracks. I mean, this is gonna be fairly easily wallable, and this is a very beautiful wood line here for this walling up. I mean, realistically, Walter could wall everything and FC, but he is gonna go up here. He is gonna be on to gold. Be curious to see. All right, we are gonna see a militia, so potentially could see some man-at-arms here. Fishing chips will start to pay off. No doubt there. A lot of walling can be done here. And yeah, this will wall this up, I believe. Actually quite nice for Knight to not to worry about that area. But gold and wood lines are towards the back here. Knight with the villager. I don't think Knight committed to this, so he's not going to be able to kill this Vill here. It's always tough to commit or not, but I think, yeah, looks like Knight's just gonna run. Alright, well, he'll be happy to have the population lead. Both players do hit the feudal age same time. Knight has gone for a second dock, and now we have Walter doing the same thing here. So, well, he'll drop his first dock. So this will be a militia play into man-at-arms, and we will see the dock play from both now. Fire Galley is going to come out for Knight, who, again, is going to be under some pressure here. If the wood line and the gold get hit here, this could be really hard to hold. Knight should finish this house. That's what I think he should do, but we'll see what the reaction time is like here. Villagers will likely be off the gold. Knight's not going to see that in time, and yeah, not ideal. Maybe he has a chance to run, but he does not. He walls in that Vill. He's gonna fail on walling this in. So 1 villager down already. A second one should go down here as well. So 2 villagers lost. A third, actually. That will be a third because early on we lost the Dockville. We do see some walling coming up here now. But we are gonna have to be a little bit behind before we get anything up to deal with this. There's no gold income. The first fire ship is headed over this way, and we do have a galley opening here. So Walter walling up the land here. We'll have 1 galley Only 3 fishing ships, but the damage has already been done with these man-at-arms. Knight still has the lead for now. It's simply because he has the fishing ships here. But all things considered, this is not the position that Knight was hoping to be in. That galley is going to be over here, and honestly the fires haven't been able to do anything. Nothing there yet, so there's no reaction yet either. Knight's gonna lose the fishing ship. He's repairing a house right now. He actually, he almost needs to drop a tower here, which seems to be something you definitely don't want to do here, right? All the fishing ships are gonna go down. Knight's looking for the dock. I don't think he saw the dock. He did not see the dock. He doesn't know where the dock is, so he will lose all of his fishing ships. This villager will be caught out. Oh, and Knight's gonna lose this one as well, it looks like. It's an insanely good KD. 6 villagers lost. Well, 4 villagers, 3 fishing ships. 7 kills for Walter already. Doing a very, very good job here. We will see one lone archer be produced. No gold income here for Knight as of now. Skirmishers not coming out. Looks like he's just pushing this away. The fires are getting some good damage in here, and Knight should be able to clean that up. There's no more production, so a little bit unfortunate, but all things considered, should be able to clean this up. Well, maybe not. The galley was hiding there. I totally forgot about the galley. It's hiding there, and the man-at-arms come over to assist. 1 fire ship goes down at the cost of 2. Knight is in a world of hurt here. Economically behind this, Walter's had the eco running smoothly, and it's going to be difficult for him to catch up at this point. Fishing ships could be added behind this soon, if that's what Walter wanted to go for. Knight still hasn't transitioned back on to gold. We did finally kill the scout there. Oh, that's super annoying. There's just a small area that those fires can tuck back through there. So, it did lose a skirmisher. Bit unfortunate. He's going to be back onto gold though. Luckily the wildlife's going to help out a little bit, take some HP, but ultimately won't do a ton of damage. Behind this we see an archery range, double archery range actually, for our Japanese player. So Walter, it's clean eco, he's going to be clicking to the castle age here momentarily. And yeah, Knight is going to be behind here. He's going to try to get some walls up. Across the mid, the militia basically just forgot about. The ships are just sitting along in the back here. Fortunately though, I mean, if he can get these walls up, he should be able to defend for the time being. His economy is essentially all in this area, right? So, could potentially just grab a tower. That might be a suffice. There was no fletching. Obviously, he hasn't had any archers in the field, so Walter, on his way to Castle Age, will grab fletching, and should be pretty happy with that. Knight could actually check the galley, and see if the galley has the upgrades, but not sure that's something we'll see. Or if it really makes much of a difference at this point. Knight is about... His economy is pretty good behind this. He's got 1 less economic unit right now, as we see fishing ships starting to be added here for Walter, which is all the more curious why he pulled the ships away from the docks. I think you continue to hit the docks here. I don't mind the galley being in the middle, but I think you at least use your fire and try to take as much HP off of these docks as possible. The man-at-arms are going to come over now, as maybe Walter thinks Knight's forgotten about them or something. But I think you wait. I think you wait with those. Good archer numbers here are now going to come forward. Galley's going to be here in the mid. Should spot the army from Knight coming forward. Knight will be up to the castle age fairly quick with melee. It's going to be a big bonus there. Archers, though, pretty good in mass thus far. once those become crossbows, they'll break through a lot easier. Blacksmith. Looks like he needed his other building here. He's housed. Knight is housed again. Oh, he doesn't have either building. Or sorry, Knight's not housed. Walter's the one that's housed. My bad, my bad. Second TC behind this. We'll add a third TC behind this as well. Crossbows are forward, and they are going to get in here. A tower is being dropped on the gold. I don't really like the tower position. I think it should have been more over here, personally, because that would push and give more access to your gold, because this could still be ranged over here from crossbows. A demo would be marvelous right here too, but we're not going to see a demo. That I would still make one. I would be like demo, demo, demo. But there was not a hole here. He thought there was. And actually, can he not get by this way either? Oh, that's actually great for Knight. That's actually buys him a lot of time. He'll be up. He'll have double stable. He will also have some skirmishers. The man-at-arms will come in under the tower here, and they'll take a fight under the tower. No, they're going to just lose a lot of HP, and one of them will actually go down here. Elite Skirm upgrade is needed. Eco's good enough behind this to grab it. But we're going to see Eco upgrades and melee elephants. Opening melee elephants. I think Skirmisher, Elite Skirmisher would have been better in my opinion, but... Elephant has a lot of HP. But yeah, the crossbows are focusing down those skirmishers right now. Melee elephants, something you don't see every day. I still want to see a demo. Would be huge. Skirmisher is not going to do anything against this, but Knight has stabilized. He needs to ungarrison those villagers from that tower. Will the melee elephants continue is the question. 6 of them on the map, none in production. We have a market coming up. Just give me a demo. Just give me a demo. There's a fire ship. There's only 2 fishing ships here for our Japanese player, though that doesn't matter much when he's 3 TCs to 1 right now. Market is on its way up, though, so maybe Knight looking to buy some more gold to expand the economy. Fire ship comes out here. This is a pretty good mass of crossbows, and we see the spearman addition coming in here as well. And we have monks. Monks will deal with the elephants quite easily, and these have 0 upgrades. 1 armor is all they have, which always makes it difficult against archers here. I love the melee elephants being added in originally, but I don't know if it's a costly thing to continue with. At this point, I think Elite Skirm is the answer. Really do. We'll see how that pays off here. Knight did go ahead and buy some stone, and he will drop another TC, so he will go up to 2 town centers here. Knight has 1 fire ship out here. He could kill the fire ship here. There's Elite Skirm and Botkin coming in, which is good. Players, I feel like, always forget about potential of demolition ships on the middle here, which is something I always like to look out for. Villager lead is starting to look pretty healthy, but for now, things stabilize, and we see the last of. Oh, that was the crossbow. I thought that was the man-at-arms. We lost the man-at-arms to the elephants earlier. What am I thinking? The attack upgrades are coming in. Elite Skirm, though, I really love the addition of Elite Skirm here. The 2nd and 3rd town centers are going to be very nice. We also have Botkin. If we get the second armor upgrade, I think it could be really huge here. Economically, we have 13 villager difference. It should start to balance out. Eco upgrades will be better for Knight here after Heavy Plow completes. But economy is about to be lacking a little bit more, maybe. Nope. Reaction quick here from Knight Nobles. That's big. The elephants won't do well against pikes and monks. They won't do well at all here. Sanctity on its way in. Crossbows are 29 of them here in this group. And yeah, the pikemen and the monks come forward. Pikemen will make quick work of the elephants. The monks will do just fine as well. No committing with the monks here. I'm kind of surprised. If he would have committed there, I think that would have been much better for him. Mangonel is on the field now, though, so the skirmishers will have to retreat. Uh-oh. Big shots incoming. Nope, nope, Knight's paying attention. Big shot could have came in. Only one range right now. I think we need to add a second range here. Oh, no shot? What is this? No shot. I'm really surprised there, to be honest. Some healing going on back here. It is always going to be interesting to see a person and what they go for here. A siege workshop, that makes sense to me. Don't disagree with that. I really think that with the economy behind this, Walter is just going to start to overrun here. Ooh, an elephant. I was going to go in for a conversion. But the three TCs, now we have Imperial Age coming in. The fire ship here is actually attacking a palisade. Don't think Knight's paying attention to the water here. Fourth town center. Seen Mangonel here. And we're gonna see forward barracks. Lots of barracks. These are Japanese Japanese pikes. Villagers gonna go down on the wood line here. 2 down already. No ballistics just yet. The crossbows are diving in. They don't know about the town center. They know about it now. The Mangonel! It's gonna be a big shot if he gets it. Oh, ground attacks the wrong way. Oh, he does get a big shot there. Won't get a second one off. Good shot though. Killed a good number of them. Took a lot of HP off of these. The skirms and the elite, or the battle elephants, come forward. It's a good shot there as well. Got a couple kills. Nothing too crazy though. University coming down. Knight is nowhere near the Imperial Age though, and as soon as Arb Halb come into the mix, it's gonna be really hard to defend. Show us the demo! Been fighting back on water here for Walter. Knight's trying to keep that, but again, only up to 4 fishing ships here. Nothing too crazy. A lot of gold and stone out in the mid, as well as some relics, but Halberdier upgrade will be the first thing to come in here, as well as Bracer. And yeah, the GG comes in. Knight is gonna go down here. He's just not close enough to imp. He'd have to hold. He knows he's gonna be down in upgrades. He's been unable to even touch his opponent's base, other than the scout that was over here at one point. And just the man-at-arms getting in, doing too much damage. The scout, I think Knight was fine with his villager out here, but he decided to attack the scout without loom, and then just obviously not a winning battle. Not a winning battle without loom. Walter takes game 1 here on Bog Delta. Interesting, but something I feel like is what we've seen before, right? A lot of play with the archers, walling up. No fast castle there, but nonetheless, we'll move on to game 2 here. in a moment. All right, let's go to the drafts though. All right, so for Civ selection, Japanese here with the win, Malay with the loss. That Bog Delta was the neutral map, so we're going to Battlegrounds or Mott and Bailey, and they didn't label these. Knight Noble was in chat, so Knight, if you could tell me what is game number 2, that would be helpful. If you're still around. If not, I will figure it out. But unfortunately, the games were sent in spoiler free, but they were not renamed. So it's either going to be Battlegrounds or Mott and Bailey. But give me one moment here, guys. I'll get this figured out. Okay. Okay. I got it. We figured it out. He was in my Discord. He was in voice chat playing another game. So I just went in there, I was like yelling at him. What's game 2? All right, let me load in here. Game 2 is on Mott and Bailey. So we're going to load into that one here. All right, and game 2, Mott and Bailey, guys. Here we go. Walter with the 1-0 lead here with the Ethiopians. Walter doesn't know the map. He does not need to build houses. You have the pop space already. You have 3 houses that you actually start with. Trade Workshop, which is just a beautiful, just decorative option. Nothing actually, no benefits for the Trade Workshop. Just something to look at, aesthetically pleasing. And we have Knight with the Gujaras, as he will go up against Ethiopians. Knight looking to rebound here. We do have a little bit of a situation that the houses are spawning outside of the walls. Only one, and it's usually not that common, but we do seem to have it here. And, it just kind of adds to the wall here at this point, I guess, which is a little awkward. But nonetheless, should be just fine here. Gujaras have a mill for free and can just garrison goats, as it were, at this point, and eat the berries, go after those elephants. And yeah, it's actually a really nice bonus for the Gujaras in this map. Already starting with the mill, starting with the appropriate amount of houses, it really can make a big difference here as to how players can go about their maps. Walter obviously didn't know the maps start with the extra houses or didn't recognize it at the time. Knight has been around and has seen these maps a lot more frequently. Obviously, Walter not so frequent with it, but those houses, they don't hurt him at all. He doesn't need to build anything other than a lumber camp and a barracks, basically, before he can build something else, so he should be fine. Players often going to have the goats or pigs or the herdables, whatever type, hold it open, the gate, bring in the hunt, and or the elephants and boars. But all things considered, everything's pretty streamlined here. Map, you do have a large portion of your map visible. You do have good vision. However, it doesn't really do you all that good if you lose control of your walled in area, essentially, because all your gold, stones, berries, everything is relatively forward. Hello? What is going on here? I don't know what this is. It won't go away. There we go. We fixed it. We'll just go back to using hotkeys. That was unfortunate. But nonetheless, second elephant coming in here. Ethiopians versus Gujaras. I really think Gujaras have become a favorited civ as of late with the updates and all of that to the game. However, Ethiopians still a great civ, one of the best archer civs in the game. I'm sure that most people would rank them up there fairly highly. Uh, but, you know, Gujaras have options to deal with that. It's going to be kind of tough. Will be interesting to see what we have. I assume we're going to see the Shrimvasha riders. Time will tell. Comes a nice early barracks for our Ethiopian player, so maybe we're going to see some sort of man-at-arms play. It is usually pretty good to have aggression on this map. If a player is F-seen, it's usually going to come at quite a cost, and it's going to be difficult to defend one's base. Now, we can see it work out from time to time, don't get me wrong, but I think as we see Knight go out and go for a longer term thing, since his Camel Scout didn't quite get that under the TC. Barracks for both, actually. We do have the militia coming out here for Walter. Got good amounts of food left, right? Berries, hunt, all around. Should be just fine with the food for the short term. And we'll be man-at-arms again, I imagine. With all of the villagers on gold. Food should be pretty good here shortly as well. Knight will have this mill with 8 goats in it. It's quite good food income. Obviously, it was nerfed too at one point in time, but that's still income that continues to trickle. Will be a third militia. The Camel Scout is here. The question is, will this be seen? We're not patrolling here. Man-at-Arms is coming. It's likely he's going to come out of this gate. Follow up with an archer range. Oh, the Camel Scout moves on. The Camel Scout moves on. This will be on scene now. Behind this, though, it will be a double archery range play plus a blacksmith. So things are looking to be fairly good here. Will be an archery range and a blacksmith coming as well. And here comes the military force coming to attack, but honestly, we're going to have at least a couple archers with fletching. We have the Camel Scout here. Shouldn't pose too much of a threat until the archer numbers start to get here. Oh, a nice addition to the spear. I actually really like to see that spear being added in. Excellent hits on the scouts to buy time. More archers queued up behind this. And the Camel Scout will continue to look around, try to find as much damage as possible. Archers will actually be able to take down that scout with ease, and then this shouldn't be too hard for Knight to clean up. And again, until the archers start to arrive, faster firing archers for Ethiopians. But looks like this has been defended for now. And it is being pushed back at the moment. Fletching is already in here for Knight as well. No blacksmith behind this just yet. We already see farming economy coming in as Walter's going to click double bid X as well. These archers going to chase down the military here. A lot of investment, not a lot of reward here thus far. Camel starting to eat some archer fire though, but all things considered, still no fletching for another 17 seconds. It's good to see a nice early aggressive play for both on this map. I think in the early stages of this map, we saw more people try for fast castle plays, and you know, that just never really worked out on both sides. Usually it was pretty one-sided at that point, but everyone here now probably saw a lot of those games, and Knight getting +1 armor as well, so he's not looking to go up to the next age anytime soon here. Which makes a lot of sense. I mean, he still has some hunt, double range, he's got a good number of farms down, 0 upgrade. Oh, he has horse collar. It's Walter who doesn't have horse collar. The man-at-arms will be dealt with here. This single archer, single skirmisher there. Archer numbers, not the greatest. It's only 1 range here. Second range will come down, so Knight will have the advantage here, as these skirms do not have armor yet either. A lot of vision here obviously makes this a little bit easier to deal with. Double range production. We are adding in the skirms though, so this is going to be a mixed composition. I don't disagree with, just makes it a little bit more interesting on the economies. Camel Scout is moving out. There is a weak Vil in here. It's 29 HP. Could be something that we could see focused on, but there's a lot of Vils nearby, so not a guarantee here. Wheelbarrow on its way in. Knight probably pretty happy with his position here, deflecting the early attack. Wheelbarrow on its way in. Has 8 goats in that, and it continues to produce. One nice thing that they've added to this is we can actually see how quickly and how well these have been used. I'm gonna go for a rewall here. That villa's gonna sneak out. Try to go for a rewall. So Walter wants this army trapped in here with him. But you know, he has a few more skirmishers. He might be okay to take a fight here in a minute, but the archers are sitting here. This villager shouldn't find much here. The fight in the mid, though, here, KD is starting to get a little bit more interesting. Knight sit with a better KD, but for how long is the real question. That villager is going to get it down. It's only a couple hits with the hammer, though. Not great. More skirms involved here. Knight needs to take this thing down. He does, though, quickly enough. He should just continue to run away with this if he's not going to fight it. More archers continue to come forward. Both players just seem to be waiting. Knight selling stone, wood, and buying some food. So he'll be up here very quickly, which will be really good for him getting those upgrades early on. He's going to get some houses down here. Players are both playing a little bit more on the defensive side right now. Knight did not want to take the fight against this here, as we see a third range added even. Oh, and the camel will be taken out here. +1 on Have coming in, as we see a stable. It's going to be Showmatchs riders, no question. Oh, and the archers come home. I don't know if I like that. I guess it's safe. You know that you're going to be up soon. Does give back the map control, though. But, hey, both players sitting behind their walls when you feel comfortable. You also have bloodlines coming in here. Pikemen instantly free, though, for our Ethiopians. So, all or any spearman, this guy, unless more are created, will become a pikeman for free. It's actually not a bad upgrade. I really like that upgrade for the Ethiopians. Really streamlines adding in the pikeman line. But Castle Age just now clicked for Walter, and Castle Age about to come in here for Knight, so things are going to heat up quickly. We only have 1 stable. Not even a second. We'll have the town center number 2 being placed, but no third town center as of yet. The Showmatchs riders will begin in production. Crossbow, not an upgrade we're seeing yet. We are gonna see Bot Canero and we are gonna see Bowsaw. Very nice walls behind this, though. This to me looks like there's a hole. Quite a easy hole to wall up, but if Walter does that. Good wall up behind this except for that area, and I could be wrong. There might be... there's definitely a gap in there. There's definitely a hole. Alright, Bot Canero is in. This is not a fight that Walter is going to want to take. Ooh, Villager down to 2 HP will escape. The archers are going to sneak around here. So Walter decides, I'm out of here with my archers. He has 22 of those that are soon going to be able to be turned into crossbows. It's a very, very good play here. It's very sneaky. But he will get in, it looks like, and there's nothing to defend this here. Absolutely nothing to defend this. The Shambhasha Riders are coming forward. Botkin, Crossbow, and Elite Skirm all coming in here for Walter with his economy. The crossbow number, 22 in mass, and these are Ethiopian crossbows, are now notifying Knight that they are here and they are ready to go. Honestly, I think you send back the skirmishers, and that is exactly what I think he's going to do. Archers will stay, skirmishers will go back. Fortunately, where the economy's set up right now, there will be time for those to get back. More in production, more Shambhasha Riders here as well. Taking a little bit of a hill advantage here. Shavash Riders only have +1 defense and bloodlines, however. And now the Ethiopian player takes the hill. Not ideal. The skirmishers get a couple nice hits in. The Shambhasha Rider goes down quickly. And fortunately for Knight, he did send back those skirms. Only 10 skirms, but that can do a lot of damage here. The crossbows are split up right now as well, and as long as he garrisons here, this is something that shouldn't be hard to deal with. These crossbows are going to dive, though. This is a good dive attempt, but he stops in the middle of the town center fire, loses a lot of them. Good skirmisher numbers coming back here as well. So Knight will defend this extremely cleanly, while at the same time trying to do some damage with archers here. Looks like he got 3 villagers while we were watching the attack on the other side here. Skirmishers with Shambhasha Riders mixed in. Gonna clean up the crossbow numbers quite handily, and actually they're gonna walk under the town center fire as well. Shouldn't even get another kill at that rate. The archers are actually taking out the trade workshop. I think Knight may have clicked that by accident. These will get cleaned up by elite skirms, but they've done some damage. It's an awfully awful wood line to have to take. I think taking this one out here would have been better, but or maybe putting your town center out on that would have been nice. So interesting. Maybe it is, Knight. Maybe it is. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. So, third town center coming behind us now. Here for Walter, who did delete the lumber camp. I think that was the right call. Putting this here is gonna secure this area a little bit better for yourself. Didn't realize there's a hole there, but it's not. It's closed, but weird place for that thing to go down. Double monastery. There are 5 relics on this map, all in the middle. The Shambhasha Riders and the Skirmishers are all here, though, and looking to do damage. Economically, Knight does have a small advantage. No conversion here, but the Villager gonna take some skirm hits. The Shimvasha do excellent against skirm. They'll be just fine. This is gonna be broken into. There's no real crossbow army here. There's a whole 6 of them on the field with more in production. And yeah, Knight should be able to run all over the military here. There's one pikeman, but the skirmishers will take care of that. The monk will maybe get a conversion, and does, but it is only one. And these crossbows are walking in here without firing a single shot here. This one looks like it's starting to snowball very quickly here. We do have some pikemen in queue as well. He's going for conversions on skirmishers. Not exactly what you want to see there, but husbandry now on its way in. These skirmishers are all about to be eaten up. This villager won't survive for much longer. The pikemen are let loose, but there are skirmishers here cleaning up that pretty quickly. Another conversion comes in. Walter, unfortunately, just losing the crossbow mass at a really awkward time and really not getting a ton of reward for it, and Knight with the Chimvasha riders are just... I mean, he's just gonna run through the economy here. These things are gonna do an amazing job killing the economy. Lots of idle vills, lots of villagers going down here. Look at the eco KD, it's 9 to 1, 10 to 1 here. And the Shimvash riders just continue to dance around under town centers. Villagers gonna try to come out for gold. The Shimvash riders do see that. And military is just starting to stream across the map here. And Walter is looking to be in a pretty tough spot here. Don't even know if there's a way back for him at this point, because he's going to lose so much. And he's losing monks to skirms. It's never a good feeling. Pikemen continue to produce, but they've never been able to be massed here. And the scorpions are here to help deal with this. Villager goes down on the farms. And yeah, GG comes in. Knight will take the game here. Game number 2 goes to Knight. We're down to 1-1 here in the set. Really comes back to the crossbows all dying in the base there. Economically, you can see it was pretty heavily ahead. About 3,000 plus resources there. Just a little bit better situation here for Knight. So, can't complain, can't complain. So, we have now seen Mott and Bailey played. We've seen the Gujaras with their victory. And we saw Ethiopians with the loss. Next map will be either forest or lanes. Hopefully decipher which one here. Or Knight is here, he can just tell us. Because, again, the maps were not renamed. So, I would have to go into a blind. I want to guess and say it was forest. That's my guess. See if Knight is still here. Not, I'll just jump in to voice chat again. Apparently he's in and out, boys and girls. He's in and out. 1 second. All right. Here we go. Time to hit the tag. Thanks for stopping by, Joe. I appreciate it. Or yeah, Crazy Joe. I appreciate it. All right. So we're diving into game number 3, which will be on forest. My guess was correct. Well, that's good. But There's no way to guarantee these things. Game 3. Best of 5. Walter wandering here. Gonna be up against my goodness. Walter Wanderley up against Knight Noble 24. We have the Mongols for Walter here. And we have Hindustanis for Knight. So this map, forests. Get it? There's 4 forests. Haha. Lots of boar in the center of the map as well. You do start with a horse as a scout. Don't want you to be able to bring in the boars with the traditional scout, although you could probably only bring in one unless you decide to play a meso civ. But yeah, things get a little bit more complicated with the horse, right? Can't attack, so your villagers are all kind of safe, and you really could come out here and mill and take this relatively with ease in the Dark Age. Now, that would be limited with time. You do start with a few less herdables on this map. I think you start with 2 less herdables, and you start with 1 less boar at your base. So something has to be done here to help your food economy out. And it's always interesting to see what that is. Usually, a player will just get loom a little early and pull in a boar or 2 from the middle, sometimes using the horse to block. About as streamlined as it can get, right? Gotta bring in food, gotta do everything you can here. And with Mongols, it is a little bit easier to do so, right? They have a huge hunt bonus that helps them out a lot. I mean, this Civ matchup is not one that I've really seen at all. I mean, since the DLC came out, we got the Hindustanis in the game. So, something that could be very interesting to see. But you can already see that Walter has gotten loom nice and early. He will come out here, and he does have his horse here as well. Gonna go for this boar over here. Maybe even a second boar. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Black Forest like pulling in multiple. Oh, ho, 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 he got too far away. Oh no, it would have worked. What he did is he pulled away too far and had his horse block again. Not what he needs to do there. Knight gonna be blocking here. Looks like it's gonna stay close enough. Knight also has loom in already. So that is gonna be quite beneficial. Or did make it in under the town center. We'll have to send another Vil out there for that one. Knight, he usually does the TC trick, right? So yeah, he's going to do it again this time. We'll get that boar in nice and safely. Immediately sending out another villager here. The horse for Walter is coming over. That could cause a bit of a distraction. Could potentially block this Vil, which could always be interesting. And it looks like Walter wants to do that, but we're going to see the attacks come in here. But the blocking is here. I think what Knight is needing to do is block the boar. There you go. Block the boar, attack with the scout, or attack with the Vil. Oh, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be so ugly. The boar it's freeze framing. There's so much happening right here, and unfortunately, he just walks away. There's nothing he can do about it. Oh, that's a lot of time for that villager. Not gonna pay off there. He should have enough, I believe, to go up shortly, though. Looks like he's gonna be a little bit short. Gonna send out another villager to try, and this is what I expect to see more of. We have a mill in the middle. We have villagers committed to it here. Walter is gonna be up, but I think the mill in the middle makes a lot of sense here. Knight was managing to get his economy up to the next stage. He was slightly delayed, nothing too crazy there. Barracks forward here. Houses around the TC, sort of. I mean, all things considered, the Mongol hunt is going to be absolutely insane here, right? So, I like what I've seen. I presume we're going to see scouts. Would make sense here. Nice TC dodging from Walter. Lots of food in the center. Really an interesting choice here to go to the mill out in the mid compared to the berries. Obviously, you can always come back to the berries later on. I really think that milling the center is something we'll see more frequently as we get more into the meta of this one here. We have a lot of villagers moving out to build what looks like a stable here. It will be a stable indeed. Stable coming down for Walter as well. Scout production will be good for both players, all things considered. And we've seen very open double Bidex and horse collar coming in, so Knight probably going to shift onto farms relatively shortly here. Would like to see one spearman in defense. Yeah, he is making a spearman. I think you'd send this to the berries, or you quick put it on the wood line. Either way, scouts will be out onto the field. But our Mongo player is just taking up all of the hunt in the mid, and that is huge. Absolutely huge. A spear from both. Don't really see another spear coming out here. But we do have another one coming out for Walter, as he's probably thinking about having one in defense at home. But it looks like he's full on aggression here. He sees the military. He does not want to do anything other than watch that, right? So, all things considered forward, that horse still scouting for Knight, probably on auto scout or just clicked all over the map at this point. Second spearman does come forward. 0 upgrades on the scouts for either side. The farming upgrade is in here for Knight, which will be beneficial for now. But this is not a fight that Knight can afford to take here. He's not going to be able to fight either of these fights. And this is going to get pretty ugly pretty fast as the snowball kind of slowly starts to creep into it here. Knight needs to quick wall. He will get it down in time. He will get some more spearmen out onto the field here. It's going to be huge. And yeah, the scouts want to move in. They can't really take the scout v scout fight here. Spearman comes in. He's not going to find a great reward here. Scout's going to try to go forward. He's going to try to defend with spearmen. So this point could be done. It could be done pretty simply here. Yeah, he'll win the spearman fight there. On the middle ground, though, spearman and a scout go down, as well as the horse scout. And lots of exposed vills, and oh, there's some really weak ones in here as well. 2 of them are really, really weak, but there's a spear here. There is another scout here. Knight will have to retreat with that. And yeah, I guess all the scouts are coming back. Oh, okay, so this drew back a lot of attention. Ooh, Knight loses that engagement, though. He did not have any spearmen in the mix there. We now see an archery range coming down. Shift on to gold here. Economically, the Mongol player sitting pretty happy with themselves here. And oh, this Vil could go down. This Vil will go down. Oh, mistakes were made. One villager gone down. Expert Gamer, thank you for the follow. Do appreciate it. Showmatch number 1 of 6 of them that will be happening over the next 2 weeks. And then we have another one that will happen next month that we've already know will be delayed, which is fine. The preparation for these really just in store for a tournament at some point down the road here. We just wanted to get some more map testing on them. A lot of them we've used before. A lot of them we're very happy with and will continue to use, but we have altered quite a few of them in some minor ways. And that was just a poor engagement here for Walters. He's going to lose his archer here as well as he lost a few other units. Knight should be relatively happy here, but the archers are starting to be added in here. Fletching already in as well. So this transition will be tough, but if it ends up working out, it could be quite good. Knight does somehow have the score lead. I cumulatively think that is just scouting. I really think that's just scouting. I need to start using these hotkeys because pretty brutal. Yeah, if you look at the scouting, definitely looks like it's just scouting. Better scout numbers for Knight though here. Wheelbarrow coming in. Walter almost up here. Oh, another Vil. Oh, no, it survives, but man, it did not look pretty. Did not look pretty there. Jockeying position on the hill. Knight gonna take another favorable engagement here. Obviously, he can't fight it if the spearman... I mean, really, Walter just needs to force this fight, and every time he steps back, Knight pulls back and the scouts follow enough that Knight jumps on it. Spearman finally around here, but again, the scouts... Nope, not this time. Another archery range coming down, another house here. Economically speaking, Knights had more idle town center time. Walter's going to have his second archery range up. He walled up this one side completely over here. So that will be quite nice for him to know that nothing can hit him from that angle. Obviously, players could invest into walling all the way around here, but it would be quite costly as these are quite open areas to wall. However, I do like that he uses the resources here on the map to make that a little bit cheaper. But just securing that nothing will come around that way is a good peace of mind, really. The scouts for Walter just not in great control right now. He's not in good control of them. He's been sacrificing scouts pretty heavily. And here, again, no, but he pulls him back this time in time. Castle Age is on its way for Walter. Knight is only 100 food away from clicking up himself. Shouldn't be all that far behind into the next stage, especially now that he is housed. Castle Age on its way. Mongo player has done a significantly good job cleaning up a lot of these boars in the center. That has been a large portion of the food eco, but not entirely. We do see farms have been added in the back, so economically speaking, Walter should be ahead here. He has the villager advantage. He's gotten all these boars for free. His mill can't be completed, apparently, or he clicked away from that. Scouts are going to look to loop around. We do see some walls coming down. We do see the spearmen going back, so was seen there. Spear, skirm for the defensive. Castle Age a minute and a half away. Bloodlines 30 seconds away. I don't know. Do you take this fight? You can't take this fight against 4 spearmen. Is there a hole? It looks pretty solid to me. There's not a hole, and this gives away that his army's not here. And what happens on the opposite side? Scouts and crossbows coming forward here will be hard to defend, but all Knight needs to do is buy as much time as possible. He's trying to do some damage here. He will find one Vil. One Vil will go down there, which is quite good, but on the front he is losing absolutely everything here. Gonna have to put a tower down potentially somewhere. He's gonna hold off. He has a lot of food in the bank. Will be camels coming out. Makes a lot of sense here with Hindustan. He's just limited options. Another Vil in danger here. Walter having some trouble keeping his economy in the place it needs to be. But, oh, the crossbows and scouts just wrecking over here as they were able to get into the wood line, which I assume was just over chopped. I did unfortunately miss that. That one puts dagger in pretty deep there. And the crossbows and scouts are still here, just creating more and more idle time, more and more problems. Castle Age is here though. We will have some scouts. We will have some camels. But you know what I don't see a lot of? Elite skirms anymore. Taking his opponent off of the stone, or off of the gold and the wood. Looks like Knight is hoping to buy a town center potentially. He has just nothing on wood until these guys came onto wood. Behind this, economically, is going to be 2 town centers, market being added in as well. The light scouts numbers, not really the problem here. It's the crossbow numbers, and they're set up in this choke here. Say 1 tile gap in the gold too that he could hide in. Really think he wishes those skirmishers were alive at this point now. Stepplants are going to come in here as well, but ultimately the camels for Knight are just going to go down to the crossbows. Even if they win this fight, still a better trade for Walter as he is forward with crossbows denying resources. And yeah, the crossbows continuously doing damage now. Another veil will go down to a camel even. I think Knight is just dead here. He's got to run with his wood line. He's not going to be able to run far enough. He, again, will have nothing on wood here to defend. Yeah, the villagers run. At least one more could die here. Down to 39 vills to 48. And he can't afford a town center. So he's started building the lumber camp, and now he has to run again with 14 villagers here. Crossbows sneak in onto the gold over here as well. And yeah, villagers will die. 40 vills continues to be lower and lower. Crossbows coming in on the bottom on the farm potentially here as well. GG. Walter takes the game here. Pretty aggressive play, was able to do damage. The scouts over here really not finding a lot of value. Did find a little bit, but a Mongol hunt, something we to come back to, right? They took a lot of the boars in the mid. Obviously this is a show match too, and with the draft and everything, for it being, for a small prize, nothing too insane. I didn't allow for any bans. I simply made a draft, right? Let's go to the draft here, and we'll go ahead and cross off of Forest. So we're going to Battlegrounds next, for sure, but as you can see, I simply threw together a draft, and instead of having bans and such, I wanted to allow people to play the strategies they wanted to play, especially with the way we did this map draft. You get to pick 2 home maps, your opponent is to pick 2 home maps, then you ban everything out. So if I was to prepare for Dry Lake or Shallow Sandwich and had an idea of what I wanted to go for, or had practiced the strategy for this show match, I didn't want to punish players by having them lose their civs, let's say, if they were to be sniped or banned. When it comes tournament time, though, that will be something that we'll figure out. So we'll see how that goes. For now, though, we're going to dive into the next game. It'll be on Battlegrounds, as it is Knight's last home map, as he looks to survive and try to hold and make this game to make this set go to a decisive match of Game 5 here. We'll load into Battlegrounds now, though. This is the premier map that we used for Game 1 for all of the Battlegrounds tournaments thus far. Don't know if we're going to continue with that trend. I kind of like the draft system, and I like having players be able to pick different maps and ban out the rest and have a neutral Game 1. I think it could create some more map variety. But Battlegrounds, beautiful, beautiful map. Have this lovely crater area in the center that is a lower elevation. If you also notice, the wood lines are in a lower elevation, so any raids that were to get in here are twice, or if not 4 times as much deadly, right? Lots of herdables in the center, lots of hunt in the center. Usually, within reason, you can push in some deer here. It's usually not too hard. You do have 2 deer right near your town center and 1 boar. All things considered, Franks versus Khmer, very scout heavy play potential. Gonna be a lot of fun to watch. I actually was on Tech Chariot's script chat episode today where I talk a little bit about every one of these maps if you guys are interested in that. I will actually have to go snag that from him, grab the URL for it. But it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun just talking about the maps and going through them all, kind of giving like some insight on them was quite good. But it was a lot of fun. So I'll post that up in chat. If anyone wants to go take it out, check it out. Tech Chariot also, very good friend to this Discord and the community. He makes his own maps, and we played a lot of games against each other together. Played some games with each other as far as teammates are concerned. But I do give a brief discussion about some of the maps. We covered all of them in like an hour and a half or so. Nothing too in depth. Talk about some of the crazy things that we've seen on some of these maps. Some of the original ideas on these maps and how we thought they would play out. Doesn't mean that they played out that way, but definitely we had some ideas, right? So it's an interesting thing if you're new to the Discord or new to this channel and want to go check it out. We are going to have a 1v1 tournament. Probably a couple different brackets. At least 2, I'd say, for different ELO levels. And have some small prize pools for each. I will be looking to put together more show matches as well, if anyone's interested. Just join the Discord here and message me in the Showmatchs channel. I have, like I said, 6 of them after this one. I usually give players a couple weeks to schedule and play their games, so not a huge rush. Winner of every best of 5 will get a gift sub to my channel, and then all participants will be entered into a giveaway for a $25 Amazon gift card or just $25 to a Venmo or a PayPal. Nothing too crazy, but a little bit of incentive to, get some more people involved. Feudal Age on its way for Khmer at 18 pop. Very nice uptime. Knight looks like he might be going up as well. Knight had a little bit more idle PC time there, so his uptime will be just slightly behind here. Nothing too crazy. We do see some little walls coming up here. Like to see the tight walls here. Makes it all the more interesting. It does keep this safe for now, but there's always the threat that you will overchop, right? So, more herdables coming in from the center here. I think there's still just 2 more here that just have yet to be located, though. Barracks already up here for a Frank player. A bonus to the Khmer. Don't need that building, so he'll be able to drop a stable relatively quickly. Knight has gotten a lot of these herdables here, a lot of sheep left over as well. He should be relatively happy with this food income for the time being. Velvetex coming in immediately, and we will see that stable coming up quickly. 4 Vills, though, here will rush this down. Oh, the scout! The scout for Walter comes in and snags what will end up being 1 killed sheep. We do have the stable coming up, though. We have a Vil with Loom. That's not really going to do much. We'll get away, but it does slow this down just a tad bit, as the first scout will be out onto the map here. Ooh. Ambitious play. Knight's gonna come out here and try to sneak mid for a mill. I love the play. I love how aggressive this is. However, there's no spearmen in defense. And there's 3 scouts in the field being later up. I don't know if I really like that play. These scouts are going to walk into town center fire, though, and lose some HP. That's actually really good for Knight. The wood line is open. 2 scouts now, all together. Bit rougher. But no fight just yet. No spearmen just yet. This is going to be seen, too, here. He does see the mill now. But we do have the starting scout coming over as well. So it's 4 scouts to 5. Could pull villagers into that fight, and it could be a relatively good fight. The spearman is finally joining the club here. Yeah, Knight doesn't want to take this fight. He's still 1 down. A little bit of jockeying back and forth for these, but overall nothing crazy. The spearman does join the party. We do have villagers moving out. We know that Walter has been going for this. We do have houses being built as well. These villagers can jump into those houses for protection. Could be extremely valuable. We have a blacksmith coming up behind this. Our Frank player also no need for bloodlines, as it is not available, but they do have the extra HP. So 54 HP per scout compared to 45 right now. Being 1 Vil down, not the end of, or 1 Vil, 1 scout down, not the end of the world in the fight. As you can see, 5 scouts have the same amount of HP as 6 scouts do in total HP, not counting what was lost there. Spearman in defense, +1 defense, and is this a second stable? It is a second stable. This is a very all-in play here. The scouts, though, sneak around. The villagers are going to be in trouble here as they turn to fight, and the scouts about to come back, but will it be in time? 1, 2, 3, all 4 of them are going to go down. Oh, it's such a huge loss there. Such a huge loss. So difficult. The scouts will absolutely shred the scouts, though. Knight has the upgrades. He has +1, only +1 attack. He canceled the defense, apparently. Interesting choice. Kind of surprised to see that, to be honest. I thought it was already coming in here. It's such a choke point area. It's hard to fight in. This was extremely risky to begin with. So is this, but Knight has been very focused on his current position. But a lot of hunt has been taken here. 4 deer alone, 560 food. Knight not able to find any damage here. +1 defense now coming in over here for Walter. All things considered, there's 10 scouts to 7. I don't think we've been able to produce much out of both of these guys. 0% in the last 2 minutes out of that one. So that is going to be tough to deal with. Being down a little bit here as well with all those Vil losses, 4 eco losses. Knight needs to continue producing out of both, and he just doesn't quite have the economy to do so at the moment. It'd be great if Knight could sneak out and find some reward here as well. Soon, the Scouts will be better, though, as they will have +1/+1. Still no bloodlines, and yeah, there comes the defense as well. Knight is still open, and yeah, there's 12 scouts headed that way. Be really ugly. Knight hasn't seen these. I think he realizes, uh-oh, they've gone for my base. And yeah, they're gonna dive. Quick wall attempts. There's still a hole here. Oh, very nice. He was faked out, so he's not gonna find the damage that he had intended there. Tight matchup here. Game number 4 in this best 5 show match. Double stable for both. +1/+1 for both. We do not have the farming upgrade for a Khmer player. That hurts a bit, but all things considered, not too shabby. These spearmen are gonna find some value. Do take out one scout. HP off of the others. There is still one scout following these around, but almost dead and done for. Getting a nice hit in there before it was too late. Wheelbarrow coming in here for Walter, so his villagers will move a little bit faster and have a little bit better economic presence on the map. A third stable, alright, so Walter looks to finish this with scout numbers here, and he's already significantly ahead here, 18-12. Economically, he is ahead, and oh, here's the fight. Nope, thinks twice about it. Nope, turns around, takes the fight. Oh, it's such a messy one. Knight is going to do a decent job cleaning up some of these numbers here, but ultimately will lose the fight here, will escape with a few numbers. Did help to limit that number, but only slightly. Really think that was a really bad fight for him to take here. He's still open at home. He's moving out to gold just now. Yeah, it's looking a bit rough here. Spearman being added though is quite good. Gonna get a few good kills here. Turn around and get a good hit or two on that. Adding a spearman in here or there is going to be quite helpful. They will have foraging as well, and there's some nice pickoffs. All things considered, could be a relatively even fight here. Villagers coming across the mid here. The scouts do engage. The spearmen will get some hits in on that one scout. Knight is looking to force the issue here and force the fight, and he has kept Walter home. He has done a really good job with that here. And again, Walter has a little bit of an issue controlling his scouts again. They do slip out, and he does lose one and some HP there. It looks like it's going to happen again. It's another free hit for that spearman. He looks away for 1 second. The spearmen come in. Knight kind of baiting, and oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful. He's just baiting them out, basically. Bait him out, bait him out, bait him out. He has to pay constant, full-on attention here. Knight even getting the +1 scale mill armor here. He's not looking to go up to the next stage anytime soon as we see a third stable added. Oh my, oh my. Economically speaking, one raid could even this out quickly. Even just getting over here somewhere to kill Vills could be amazing. No signs of that coming in just yet. Few spearmen are going to take some town center shots here though, which is a bit unfortunate for Knight, as he does have a few scouts on their side. Past green. Military numbers are almost dead even. Market heavily abused, but this could be a sign though. He could go up to the next stage and not be able to produce. A big fight could be taken, and it could really open the window here. Knight is thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Spearman. Nope, no town center garrison. Knight has military numbers. He has better upgrades right now. Only thing missing Walter doesn't have is farming upgrade here at the moment. Trying to bait, trying to bait. Knight's just trying to bait yet again. I think Knight has to try to dive on this at some point. He can't just keep waiting. The spearmen do dive in here. They will get a hit or two, but nothing too crazy. he gonna go for? Is the question. Try to hit the house. A spearman could actually kill that scout relatively easily. Will get some good hits, but ultimately not be able to kill him. The hole here. Take this Vil maybe. Oh, no such advice. Castle Age is almost in though. Light Cav, certainly an upgrade that we should see. Absolutely incredibly close match here. Villager counts almost equal at the moment, but Castle Age is about to be in. Knight should dive as soon as Castle Age hits. And is he gonna dive? He has to dive here. Like, there's no choice. Dive before the fight. Yeah, okay. Good. He's gonna dive. This is what you have to do. You cannot let that upgrade come in without taking as even trades as you can. Villager numbers are going to slowly be whittled down here as well. Even though this is going to be a losing fight here, this will incredibly shrink the numbers. Villagers are dying all over the place as well. The upgrade does complete, but now the military number is 17 to 9, and villager numbers have been evened out and taken down effectively here. Now it's time to probably run away with your scouts. Knight, though, he has no food. He's got more in the queue, so he can't really back down. All things considered, though, he did incredible damage there. He still has idle Vils. Walter's still sitting with idle Vils. He's down 10 Vils now. The Light Cav will attempt to move out. There's going to be holes in the economy here. Oh, will he see the town center? Another Vil. More Vils go down here. It's going to be Vils going down left and right. That town center has 1 HP on it. Oh no, the scouts into the wood line. They're gonna go into the wood line. This is game. Can they not get in? They can't get in. Instead, the light cav will... No, they think better of it. They're not gonna dive. There are a lot of spears here. This will be good defense. There'll be a few knights coming onto the field here. The light cav cannot dive. Knight's actually almost able to pick up to the next stage. He has had 27 farms compared to 19 over here. Your knights chase this way. The light cav still roaming around the middle of the map here. A few scouts in the mid that could get us some nice hits in. Might even take out a light cav or two because they're so low HP. The light cav here, not able to find the value that they were hoping for. This town center taking a considerable amount of damage. It's almost completed and it's not even at 1000 HP. Could actually take this town center down potentially. I think you need to bring the knights out and send the light cav back to save that town center potentially. Castle Age is in. This town center, it could just go down here. No, he's not going to commit. I think that's the right call. I think it was a really good thing to attack there. So many spearmen here. Oh, and the light calves. Not going to find value that way. I don't think I would mind if he switched into the full pikeman spam right now. 3 town centers though. He's still 10 villagers down. Forest Caller finally coming in here. An incredible matchup so far. Scout heavy indeed into light cav. Knight took the fight at the perfect time. Best chance that he had to take that fight, and it was quite a thing to watch and observe. Castle Age will be upon us here quickly. I assume we'll see light cav. I think light cav pike is the best choice here. Knights are gold intensive, gold heavy. We do have some gold, but I think we have so much in the way of scouts as he has 14 of them on the map. Light cav makes the most sense to throw that upgrade in there. Well, it's pikeman, light cav. Doesn't get light cav, I feel like it's a waste. Really do. 14 scouts. He knows the opponent has light cav. You see an archery range switch? That feels really ugly. But we did have a lot of spears on the field. He hasn't seen them in the pikeman yet. There's the light cav upgrade after we get a few knights out. Okay. Live with that. Thank God he's doing the light cav upgrade though, because 14 soon to be light cav on the field. The +2, I think he can do a ton of damage here. A ton of damage. This is overchopped now for sure. It's overchopped over here if that looks like as well. Second town center coming up. Loads of pikemen. 15 pikemen in the back. Third town center. I don't think Knights don't know about this. We'll look at this in a second here. Let's take a quick moment to shift into. He does not see the economy over here. Knight has no idea. Stable goes down, but the stables not a heavy concern as he doesn't wish to see them. The light cap were shown there as well. Pikeman numbers are still around. Second TC. Husbandry now on its way. Bodkin arrow, have a few crossbows. Knight has a lot of military on the field. He's at 100 pop to 68 pop, or 95 pop to 68 pop right now. And here comes a big fight. I think if you're in Knight's position, you take this fight every day. You have to feel like you're in a solid position after the fights you have taken. He sees the ranges though, sees the crossbows. Looks like he's going to end up taking out some crossbows. Nope, he's going to back up squires on his way in. The spearmen are coming across the map here. Knight has been very selective as to what fights he takes here. Worked out well for him thus far. He does have +2. Does have our better arson upgrade. We don't see all that often early. We do see another stable, so he will continue with the Knight production here. Ranks also amazing on this map due to the very little amount of stone on the map and cheaper castles being quite a nice benefit here. There's no way that Walter can defend from this fight. If Knight chooses to dive this, I think it could just be GG. He is going to try to dive. The pikemen are going to run in here. Villagers will go down. The militaries, oh, it's all trapped in here, and this is definitely going to be the end of this one. There's no way he can defend this. His military can't all fight properly. There's only 6 crossbows in there. The spearmen are doing damage. This town center will go down here momentarily. And there we see the delete, but that doesn't really do it. Anybody can't get away with much. Just some light have left over here. The town center goes down. The light have get cleaned up. The crossbows are completely wiped from the map. And what an impressive game. This is a real joy to watch here. Not over yet. Looks like we're going to have Walter continue to fight on. At 36 military to none, and everything is just under threat right now. Absolutely everything. We're building a mill for Walter. No, he's under some stress. Sorry, you don't need a mill. Selling some stone to get +2 archery ranges, houses, everything going down here. Knight able to take an extremely good fight. One of the best fights I've seen taken here on this map in a long time. Walter played it extremely well. The only thing that was really tough for him is he went up the next age so soon that he was not able to continue to produce, and that makes things always a bit awkward. These knights, light cab, and pikemen are all over the map. And if none of these get into the wood line, could definitely be over. I mean, I think it's over here. I don't think he's going to stay in this. This has been found. The knights are doing damage here. This is downhill, some of these hits, so villagers go down. The GG does come in. Walter just slightly going up a little bit sooner. And, I mean, it really made a difference. That fight came in at the right time. Look at these up times here. So castle time 27:15, and it was a little over 6 minutes later that Knight was able to go up, and he just had the military out. If you look at the populations here, just look at the military pops here. So we start right here around castle age time. You can just see on the timeline here, it got a bit dicey. This is the military line. Can we hide? Here we go. Yeah. That's work reproduction, huh? Yes, there's some interesting things with capture age, right? Either way, you guys know what happened. You saw the fight. You can see in between here just how it dipped off from Castle Age for Walter. It just plummeted. 140 population roughly, and I mean it just dropped significantly, and it dropped heavily for Walter. As you can see as I scroll across, Walter had a good number of vills, dropped down to a little bit more than 10 below in vills, and then things just progressed from there. It's a tough call when to go up, but Knight was able to hold out there, and yeah, ended up making that work out quite nicely, which means we go to a game 5, folks, and it will be on lanes. What says we're gonna have left? We saw Khmer and we saw Franks. So we have Lithuanians and Magyars left for Walter, and then Knight will have Dravidians and Bengalis remaining for Game 5, which will be on lanes, which is extremely exciting to see. Map that really has shown to be a favorite, something we've enjoyed many, many games on in many sets. Oh, and what a matchup we have here, folks. It's going to be such a good Game 5 to close out this first show match. We have Walter with the Magyars here. Knight going to show up with the Bengalis. Interesting matchup indeed. One that I'm not super sure what we're going to see from either side. Obviously, Bengalis, I mean, they have amazing monks. They have great, great archer options. Elephant archers, always something that, you know, we're always a bit of a meme unit, but we've seen so much more of now they've done the whole rework with the Indian Civ, splitting that up. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun game here on lanes. Self-explanatory on the name, I hope. But realistically, you know, there's some extra resources on either lane, as well as relics. Those relics are all on the outside here. Looks like in this generation we only have 3 relics. Oh, here's the 4th. I believe there's only supposed to be 4. Pretty sure. Which I'm cool with. Doesn't always have to be 5 relics, right? Gotta chop through. Knight, it's gonna be a while for him to chop through over here, folks. It's gonna be a bit of a while. These forests spawn in at random, which means you kind of have to scout this out a little bit if you're really, really trying to chop through to that opposite side. You do end up with some different widths here. It's usually 4 to 6 in this range, but as you can see, I think we only have like 3 on the back. Yeah, so if we really wanted to chop through over here, it would be relatively fast. Not saying that's necessary, but is something to pay attention to. TC trick here for Walter. He has gone for a wood line that is just a small forest patch, so he will not be trying to chop through. Means if he doesn't chop through, say, by placing a town center over here, he could be on very, very limited resources here. You do have standard res for the most part, but stone is more limited. And that's just simply because you have to really protect your castles. Makes it a bit more difficult to hold a position on a hill with less stone. Also, more incentive to chop through to either lane here. Knight gonna slowly start to chop in that direction, but see what happens is Knight will push in some of his hunt and go to berries with Bengalis. Economically, that extra 2 vills per town center, per age, really can help spiral that economic lead. I have to see if that pays off here for Knight. Knowing it probably will, as long as he doesn't take much damage in the early going. This map's gone through a lot of different meta changes over the last, 3 years? A lot of man-at-arms towers early on. That worked out quite well for those players. Didn't work out all the time, of course. Then we saw some fast castles, wall-up FC kind of situations. Lately, I feel like last time we saw the maps on 1v1s or 2v2s, it was very feudal to control the center. and pressure the opponent's economy. Walter, he will have a really easy wall up here. Wall directly across all of these forests and really not invest a whole lot. Whereas Knight will have a lot more of a difficult time doing so, and his 2 golds are very forward, has one extremely safe one. So he's going to have to be the aggressor to really keep these things safe. Oh, the villager goes down. Knight just lost a vill to the elephant. The elephant attacks a little bit faster, hurts a little bit more. Quite unfortunate. 7 attack here, 0.96 speed. If I could click this one out here. I don't have to click the dead one. But yeah, bit awkward there. Nothing nothing you want to lose to there. He's gonna be kicking himself for that one, as he's now gonna be going up on what would be 19 pop up, now 18 pop up. Fortunately, those 2 vills will save him. He will end up with a bit of an economic advantage as the scout fight can take off here, and nope, it's decided against. They won't go for it. Nonetheless, we'll see what happens. Woodline number 2 out here on lanes. Again, the forest area is going to be a bit more to chop through. It will take a long time to get there. We have a barracks here in the center for our Bengali player. Nothing coming out of it, though. We have a barracks coming down for Walter, the Magyars. I just both going into scouts. I don't see anyone transitioning to their gold piles just yet, so pretty fast up times into scouts looks to be the play. Fortunately for Knight, he's gonna end up with a villager tie situation. Not gonna be a perfectly tied situation, but 2 vills for free. Instantly. It's such a wonderful thing. Such a great bonus here. Will be a stable here for Walter. Like that should be walled up. He's going to try to wall up more. Scout numbers going to be coming out. Both Horse Collar and Double Bit X for Knight. Walter, though, only getting Double Bit X, does have that additional attack for free, which will really help pay off in these early fights. 2 villagers committed to walling here. House, but there comes the house being completed. Knight has not walled. He will invest into a spear. He only has 1 wood line to defend. Horse Color is now coming in here. The walls are going to be complete. Don't think Knight's going to be headed forward in time. And if he is, Walter will have this equal numbers there. With the spearman coming forward yet again, Walter really good with the spear aggression coming forward here. I can really appreciate that. And now it's 4, 2, 3, 1 spear for each, and yeah, that spear will just get eaten up now. Good pick off there. Needs to set the starting scout to an aggressive stance. But all things considered, Knight shouldn't be able to do any more damage here. He really shouldn't produce many more. There's a spearman in there. It also has foraging. Ultimately, walls are coming up. A blacksmith coming up here as well now. Spear chasing spear. Knight will lose this fight yet again, though. Not having foraging is going to be the death of that spearman. But we'll at least be able to take a lot of HP off of that one. Some walls have started to come up. Knight, though, not going to be completely walled here. More spearmen here, but ultimately not going to be enough against 2 spears. The scouts are going to be coming in. No, it looks like Walter will think better of it. Numbers are slightly better here. I think Knight needs to quick wall this up, yeah. Go hit, go hit, go hit. Another spearman out. We'll take some good HP off of those scouts. 1 more palisade. Okay, that one gets clicked. Can still get around here, but at least now he's protected in that area for the time being. Foraging finishes for Knight now, so the upgrades on these scouts are now the same. Another player with bloodlines just yet. Spearman just not in production here. Knight struggling with the food economy behind this. It looks like the farms may have been a little bit later. We do have 12 farms here to what is going to be 11 in a second. 12 in a second. Yeah, it's really taking its toll here. Spearman numbers just pretty good for Walter. Again, another feudal heavy battle here. Scout numbers are growing, the spear numbers are growing, but nothing too crazy. There's been an Idleville here for quite some time, as Knight does notice it now. Scouts are just not going to be able to take the fight against the spears. Knight's house, he's trying to get houses down now. These scouts, though, honestly need to run back to the town center, I think. Needs to quick wall in the wood line. These scouts are coming around. We'll see if they can find any damage, though. This is ultimately the question. Berries do finish up here. I think all of these villas are headed to the wood line. There's only 5 scouts against what would be 8 here, but again, the scouts they're out of place. Walter's gonna get in here on the wood line. A quick gate, which isn't gonna do much. That villa's gonna go down. More villas could follow, but it looks like Walter doesn't want to sacrifice everything just yet. He's gonna pull back to the spearmen. Another big feudal fight here. Spears getting involved. The scouts are headed back. Looks like the quick walls are going to come in. This is still open, though. It's still open. Big fight. The villagers need to be pulled and tasked to fight this as well, I think. The Eco KD is going to be what at the end of this is the question. Not too shabby. After all, a villager count is even at this point. Knight will still have some military. Ooh. Tough moment. Catholic, though, click behind this here. Adding another stable for our Magyar player. So he looks to put on aggression. At least 2 stables producing. Knight just now shifting on to gold. Knight has endured 4 villager losses, but ultimately still not too shabby. Has the military in the field. Could actually take this out relatively soon. Knight looking to get up more palisade walls. Needs to wall up over here as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at his vision here. He does see that this needs walled. He is going to send the villager now. He should know that his opponent is on his way up. And we are seeing repairs being done here. Lots of repairs. Repairing for how long is the question. I wish it said how much res was being repaired for here. But this is a lot of repairs coming in. It's not a ton of wood, but this is a lot of time for that villager to just be repairing here. I love this new feature they put on to capture age here. A full minute plus, but no, full 2 minutes of repairs, and he will continue to repair all time. This villager spent 25% of its life repairing thus far, and will continue to do more. Castle Age is in a 2nd and a 3rd town center, going to be coming down here. The scouts could get in here, potentially, but there will be knights coming out onto the field, and we are going to see some stone walls coming down here as well. Knights will have the blast furnace upgrade, or iron casting upgrade, relatively fast here. 1 knight, not really too much of a concern. Walls are going to be up here. 1 spearman is going to be out. He will do okay to scare away 1. There are a lot of spearmen on the field, and yet again, Knight going to click up behind this. Going to be relatively happy with his position here. He will complete these small areas, stone walls. Will stonewall behind this even further. He's on his way up as well, and he won't be too far behind in eco. So without free 2 vills popping out, could be in a relatively good position with the potential to add more TCs. And with Bengalis, it's not like you're looking to go into cavalry units long term. These spearmen, are going to pose some threat, but obviously nothing too crazy. If you can save them and hold on to them, though, could be really good. And the knights are going to come in. Can they find a weak spot to dive? Instant reaction, houses and stone walls. Spearman numbers are up to 10. More spearmen in production here. The knights will continually have to run around stone walls. Now, a very good position. Should be safe to hold this off. A few knights going to take care of a few spears here, but one knight does go down. Knight is about to be up. He will be down by a decent number of vills here, basically because of the town centers. And we'll see if these knights are going to try to take a fight. I don't think they can take this fight, though, to be honest. I think that it's really not going to work out well if they do take the fight now. An archery range coming behind this. Those knights will take the fight. I don't think Knight actually got any hits off there. I don't think he was really going for any hits there. He will go for economic upgrades behind this. Ultimately, not doing the greatest job with those. Not able to save them, but will be on double monastery, double TC play. Oh, this will be interesting. He's stonewalled up too. This could be a really good spot for him to sit back and get his eco rolling behind this. Could potentially need to stonewall some more here. See if he sends a vill. See if he sends a vill. He should. In my opinion, he should. But you know what? Monks are on the way. Maybe he doesn't worry about it. It'll take a minute for those to get through. A market on its way here as well. I think a third town center on the wood line could be crucial. Oh, nope. It's just going to be a market wall. Still going to be a hole, though. There's still going to be a hole, though. But this will buy time. The monks are on their way. There might be enough time for this to work, actually. What? This is going to be well timed. I bet these run immediately. No? Switch to a full HP knight. Oh, no, he didn't switch to a full HP knight. That's okay. Still a conversion. Still a conversion. Third town center will come in over here. This is going to be open, though. Knight needs to put a house wall down. Not going to happen. This monk, also in extreme danger, will lose its life, so will this villager, potentially. More monks, though. Will the conversions come in? One does come in. Almost an instant conversion. Second one comes in as well. Great monk RNG here, and now with the town center firing, and the two knights here, this is actually fighting this away. This was huge losses. Huge losses. Market was not completed yet, though. We'll need to send this over here. We'll need to get some more walls up. That knight is coming across, however. These knights do get to the wood line, but they're extremely low HP. Looks like they will pick off one vill. And honestly, that should just be deleted, and it has been. Crossbow switch coming behind this. Economically, Knight is still very much behind here, but he's got the 3 TCs, he's got his monks out. I think if he can wall this up, he'll be in an amazing position. He deleted the market. The market was just for a wall. Oh, that was seen and chosen to go back. He doesn't want to donate another knight, apparently. So stone walls will be up. Economically, knights behind by, what, 19 villagers? Walter buying things. Will be clicking to the Imperial Age. Needs a building, though. He needs that building. He has a siege workshop coming down. Knight behind this. What is he gonna have here is the question. Oh, he did sneak his way out here already, chopping through. So that is a good sight to see here. He will be able to expand his economy furthermore over here. The problem with this is you don't have vision on anything, so you do have to find the resources. You don't have a mobile unit to use. Villagers, and he's not going to see maybe what he wants to see. The knights will head that direction, though, so he can take a look and see what's over here. Imperial Age, though, is on its way. Knight is housed right now. He's getting the farming numbers down. He's really not in a bad position, but he's going to be behind here to what looks like it will be Arbaleth. There's not a lot on the field there. There's going to be 4 archery range production behind this, however, and a 5th, so soon to be crossbows with at least bracer, I imagine. Maybe a little bit better than that. We'll have to wait and see. Town center will come up over here. And lots of vision here now on that lane. But otherwise, not a whole lot. Ballistics is just now going to be coming in here. I think it's with Dravidians, I think you just go into potentially onagers, I guess, would make sense here later in late game. There's going to be an interesting imp timing. It's going to be really good imp timing. Ballistics not yet completed, though. Knight could go snag a relic if he so chose to. Snag 2 of them from that side. Gold mining, or stone mining upgrade just completing, actually. Thumb ring coming in. A forward castle going to be coming up here. There's actually a really good castle. Will deny some of the gold. Imperial Age, though, click should be coming very soon for Knight. He needs his building. The university is almost completed. He'll click up relatively soon after that. He should sell a little bit more or drop some more gold off or something here. Castle will go up. He's going to try to double stonewall behind this. Might be able to, depends on if this is rangeable. Arbaleth was just seen, though. What is the reaction here is the question. The archery ranges, so potentially just going into skirm defense, I guess? Maybe, there's a lot of food, maybe going Ellie Archer? Possible to tell right now. Ballistics is coming in though, so it will be one ranged unit or another. Monks going for a conversion, won't get it. We are getting some stone walls up behind this yet again. Walter even putting some stone walls up over here. Walter is not quite through to either side. If he breaks through here, Knight's waiting for it. He has Knights there. I don't think that's been realized though. Getting some HP down there. Monks will go down. They do get one conversion. Will be elite skirm. But we have Trebs, we have mangonels. Not ideal. One town center within range here. Knights cannot. He's actually going to have an economic advantage, I think, soon. But militarily, he's in trouble. He's getting more and more ranges down, doing everything he can do, but no fletching. I mean, it's just now coming in. No armor upgrades. Needs a double blacksmith situation, potentially. Onager would be better. Potentially. Can he get another conversion? He cannot. These will be in. The skirmishers with just fletching, no padded archer armor. The super hard push here, and unfortunately it might be too much here. We see Watchtower coming in, blacksmith number 2 coming down, no onager. Elite elephant, elite elephant will take care of this, but will he get the numbers is the question. Push kind of stalled out here. Some stone walls over here, so this won't happen. That was noticed. Knights are in. The skirmishers not going to be in enough number. Siege elephant tech, feel like might be a little too soon. But if it does work, it will be quite nice. Not going to lie. A lot of techs though, and no military. 11 military on the field. That's it. Behind this Hussar, crop rotations, good eco upgrades coming in, no handcart as of yet. those knights will get through on to the opposite side. Where are the skirmishers is the question. He has some of them, they're in the town center. Knight is trying to build up numbers here. He only has skirmishers right now. He got the elite elephant upgrade, which I feel like he might have been too far behind to make use of. Could be a big problem here. This is 30 plus Arbalest. That town center went down. This town center went down. Parthenian tactics. Knight is getting upgrades for units he doesn't have on the field right now. He wants to produce them, and it would be great if he could. And looks like a couple of them are going to be out on the field. But with only a few of them, 280 HP, will it be enough? A mangonel, some skirmishers, and a few elephant archers. Big shot potential? Maybe not. The hussars just walking past. Oh! Oh! No, it goes down. The elephant archers are going to do good work, though. If he can get the mass up is the only problem. Will he have the time? Like he's going to lose another one here. The hussar starting to do some raiding here. The gold is under extreme threat now. Elephant archers not being able to do a whole lot. He's on gold out here. The elephant archers are great when they can get up into mass, but look how fast these arbalests can shred one if they have the time. And I don't think Knight's going to be able to come back from this one. It looks like it's been very steamrolly here. 160 pop to 93 pop. The elite elephant archers, maybe just not enough time to mass them here. Another town center going to come up, but the hussar are raiding everywhere. Villager counts plummeting. The elephant archers are few but mighty, and they're just kind of stuck in this position right now where they can't do a whole lot. There's not enough of them on the field, and yep, there comes the GG. Walter takes the set in a Game 5 decision. Whew. What a great set this was. Man, I mean, I think Battlegrounds was an extremely great game for both players. I think this was a good game. I'm just it's kind of unfortunate with the Bengalis going for the elite elephant archer. Obviously it was definitely the right unit, just they're not the right time. Like the arbalest switch behind this was extremely good for Walter. He had next to nothing as far as military is concerned, and he just started mass producing everything that he could there, and it really just paid off. Great sets though altogether. Lots of games, 5 games. I mean, talk about good matchup between these two. Like, for me just asking for people to sign up and pairing people with as close elos as I couldn't be happier with how this one went. I mean, Game 5, impressive. Many more show matches to come on Battlegrounds 23 map pack. Like I said, we're gearing up. We're getting some map testing in on these before we host another 1v1 tournament on it. Will be a prize pool for that one. We haven't really gone into much detail. Still a lot of decisions to be made on that, but we do need some of these maps to get tested, and obviously we love watching some of these games on some of these maps. Just an insane showing on the first show match here. Ends up we saw a lot of these today. All of our like full land maps, with the exception of maybe Dry Lake and Nomad Hubs, really. Shaded Ponds, kind of hybrid, Watershed, Arena Cove. Lots of hybrids or water maps. Bog Delta, really the only hybrid map, and it really was more of a land battle anyways. That was sick. That was a great show match. Thank you, Walter and Knight. Walter will receive a gifted sub to my channel for winning the show match, but Knight and Walter will both be placed into the giveaway for participating. So, you guys are interested in joining a show match or joining a tournament here, we'll be hosting one soon. Show matches are going on for now, and we are looking for more people to jump in on that opportunity. But great set. No, Knight, I'm not gonna. I'll talk to you afterwards, but I'm not gonna do it on stream. But GG's, well played. Thank you all for tuning in. I do appreciate it. It was a good time, a good cast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Basically, the way I do these tournaments, all of prize pool consists of everything I make off the stream. So whatever I have made since the last tournament will be the prize pool for this one. So basically, should be a decent prize pool. I think it'd be like, depending on how many brackets we have, I think we have like already have like $200 prepared for a prize pool. So we'll see how that works out by the end of things. If you want to see, I was on Tech Chariot's YouTube today on his script chat show. I did talk about all the maps. I just posted it in chat. We went through the whole map pool, talked over the maps briefly, and talked about popular strategies and crazy things that we've seen happen with the maps. He has it there on his YouTube channel. Otherwise, guys, I'm getting out of here. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun, but it's going to do it for me. I'm going to send you guys to Ronald Rage. He's doing some community games, I think. Thanks for joining me. Catch you guys here again next time.